Many of us were programmed with the idea that we are a human being in a body, and there are so many other human bodies out there competing with us for limited resources. The idea that there is not enough space for everyone, that the strongest and smartest survive, and the weakest die, and die disgraced because they weren't good enough. Perhaps you had older siblings that seemed to be the golden child, so you were programmed with the belief that you had to compete with a specific set of skills or standards that the golden child excelled at. Perhaps your parents compared you with others and always put others on a pedestal, prizing others' achievements while putting you down. Saying things like, "Why don't you be like them or do what they do?" Thinking that this was a way to motivate you. If you know anything about how the mind and emotions work, this is not the way to motivate a child or anyone for that matter. Not only is your calling and gifts different from others, but being compared and measured according to other people's achievements is demoralizing and paralyzing when it comes to taking action towards our goals in the future. We may feel unclear as to what our goals even are after being compared to others for so long. Being bombarded with the stories, achievements, and gifts of others muddies our own waters, and you may not be able to see clearly what your vision and gifts are. The divine has instilled in each soul unique gifts, and we are not to compare our gifts to others if we want to come into our true purpose and share our gifts with the world. After living a life of looking to the lives and achievements of others, we may find that we are always on the outside of life, looking in through the window, but not feeling worthy of participating in it. After a point, this beating up of oneself in comparison to others may become too painful, to the point where observing others' achievements feels torturous because, like a seesaw where when one is up and the other one is down, it implies that you somehow are unworthy when another is elevated. Friendships may be riddled with this sense of competition, where you feel you need to one-up the other person, or feel like you're better or more impressive in some way, rather than relating. All of these beliefs are rooted in competition and scarcity, which are from the ego. The ego is the belief in separation from God, our source, which is infinite abundance, infinite love, infinite happiness. In the divine source, there is no scarcity. There is no lack, no limitation, no comparison, and certainly no competition. So how do we transcend the scarcity belief in competition? It all comes down to behaviors and habits of the divine energy that will trigger the competitive scarcity belief in lack, so that we can feel it and release the beliefs. For example, if you are feeling insecure and competitive around a certain person because of an unconscious programming that wants to compare yourself with them, first set the intention to let go of this belief. Allow the experience into your awareness, knowing that it is here to teach you. Notice the competitive scarcity belief, such as "she's so pretty, there isn't enough room for both of us in this world." After noticing this belief, you will start to feel the emotion around the belief, such as anger, fear, or anxiety. This emotion typically makes people react unconsciously, for example, by trying to bring the other person down so they can feel higher. But instead of going into the unconscious reaction, consciously choose to allow the feeling to come up and observe it in the moment. You can use this time to listen to the person speak. And then, take action in the opposite direction of the competition belief, such as giving the person a generous and sincere compliment with the intention to connect with them. You may notice this brings about a shift, as this process is interrupting old, deeply held patterns and beliefs in your mind. After this interaction, it is important to sit in silence to observe the thoughts, emotions, experiences that are coming up around this. Just observing and letting go in silence clears the old ego beliefs and allows the divine higher self to govern the healing process while instilling higher wisdom and truth. You are using observation and behavioral change to reprogram the belief in your mind and ground how the new belief in generosity and abundance feels in your body. This is just one example of how you can transcend the belief in competition and scarcity and align with the divine truth of abundance instead. Using intention, awareness, positive action, and healing observation is a powerful way to transcend the belief in competition. There is space for everyone to thrive in this reality. Multiplicity and separation is an illusion after all. If you wish others well and bless them with positive energy, love, and abundance from your higher self, it comes back to you. When you uplift others, you uplift yourself, and this is what the divine purpose as intended for you. While the false self-ego tries to sabotage or attack others out of fear, the divine elevates others in love. And what you do to others, you ultimately do to yourself, because ultimately, we are all one.